Well folks, if you thought the future was going to be flying cars and robot butlers, guess again. Instead, we've somehow stumbled into a dystopian fever dream where Elon Musk, yes, that Elon Musk, is now an official employee of the United States government. That's right, the billionaire tech mogul, meme enthusiast, and self-proclaimed free speech absolutist has just been handed unprecedented access to federal systems, sensitive information, and decision-making power. And the craziest part? He's not even getting a paycheck for it. Now if you're sitting there wondering how the hell did this happen, don't worry, you're not alone. Because somehow, in the year of our Lord 2025, Elon Musk has been appointed as a special government employee under the Trump administration, tasked with leading the newly rebranded Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Yes, you heard that correctly, DOGE. The same Elon Musk who launched a car into space for fun, who's been beefing with everyone from Mark Zuckerberg to world governments, who bought Twitter, ran it into the ground and rebranded it as X, is now in charge of cutting so-called waste in federal agencies. Because, sure, when you think of efficiency, the first name that comes to mind is the guy who built a Cybertruck that scratches if you look at it too hard. But wait, it gets worse. Because as part of his new role, Musk and his hand-picked team of efficiency experts have now been granted access to the US Treasury's federal payment system. Now let's pause for a second and think about what that means. It means that Musk, a man with no security clearance, no formal checks, and massive business ties to the government, now has the ability to access federal financial systems. The same systems that manage Social Security, Medicare, and veterans' benefits. The same systems that contain the financial data of millions of Americans. And for some reason, this was allowed to happen without Congress, the courts, or anyone else stepping in to ask, hey, should we really be letting one of the richest men on earth poke around in the financial backbone of the US government? Of course, Musk's defenders are quick to say, but he's not taking a paycheck, he's doing this for free. Oh, sure. Because nothing screams selfless public service like a man worth hundreds of billions gaining unfettered access to the nation's financial infrastructure without any real oversight. And just in case you thought this was going to be a chill little experiment in billionaire governance, think again. Because Musk's team is already making enemies and actively disrupting federal agencies. Their latest target? The U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. Musk and his DOGE crew have apparently been poking around USAID systems and even attempting to access classified materials, which, last time I checked, requires security clearance. But does Musk have a security clearance? Well, according to the White House, that's a big ol' we don't know, but we can check. Let me repeat that. The US government doesn't even know if the guy they just gave access to classified information actually has clearance to see it. And now, this is where things really start to unravel. Because if you're wondering, isn't this a massive conflict of interest? Congratulations, you are officially smarter than the people running the government right now. Because as it turns out, special government employees, SGEs, are exempt from many of the ethics and conflict of interest rules that regular federal employees have to follow. And guess what? Musk is now an SGE. Meaning, even though his companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, and God knows what else, are raking in billions in government contracts, he's technically not violating any laws by working in the government while also running these businesses. In fact, under federal law, SGEs can work for the government while having outside employment as long as they're working under 130 days per year. But here's the kicker. There's no actual enforcement mechanism if they exceed that limit. So hypothetically, Musk could work 200, 300 days, hell, he could work the entire year. And all that would happen is the government would say, maybe we should reevaluate his status next year. In other words, he could essentially stay in power indefinitely with no repercussions. Now, as you can imagine, people aren't exactly thrilled about this. Democrats are losing their minds, calling Musk's role a blatant power grab that could lead to severe abuses of federal resources. Even some Republicans are starting to raise concerns because, let's face it, Musk isn't exactly known for playing by the rules. Meanwhile, federal employees are panicking, especially the ones at USAID who were told out of nowhere that their building would be closed and that they would have to work from home indefinitely. So, what's next? Will Musk use his position to funnel even more government contracts to himself? Will he be able to access classified intelligence that even sitting members of Congress don't have clearance for? And most importantly, how much damage can one billionaire do to the federal government in just 130 days? At the end of the day, Musk's appointment as a government employee isn't just weird, it's outright terrifying. Because this isn't just some billionaire dabbling in politics. This is a man who has openly expressed disdain for regulations, labor laws, and democratic oversight, now holding an official role within the US government. And the worst part? No one stopped him. So while Musk's defenders keep chanting he's just trying to help, the rest of us are left wondering, what could possibly go wrong? Spoiler alert, a lot. And with that, I leave you with one final question. What are you going to do about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on the dystopian circus that is 2025.